Hey guys, welcome to Life is Feudal tutorial part 2. Today we're going to look at getting you a hut and somewhere to live. So, what you want to do is walk up to a tree, right click on the tree, go down to gather and get yourself some branches. Done. Then you want to head over to a nice open spot, somewhere close by where you want to build. Click on the ground and go to look for materials, and this will bring up all your plant fiber, etc, etc. You get some plant fiber, some flint, and off you go. Then once you've got all that, open up your inventory, right click the stick and go to create a primitive tool, and there's your primitive tool list just there. As you see, I've already created a few tools already. To jump ahead, now you want to equip these tools. You can right click and go to equip, but when you do this, the problem I see is that it only picks these two slots. So as you can see, it keeps changing out. So I like to just drag them onto the spot. And the saw won't fit up there, saw has to go there, axe goes there. Now, we've got some tools. Now what you want to do is this grid, press F3 on your keyboard and that will bring up the grid. Now you want to find a nice little area and go to flat ground. And to build a hut, you want a 4x4. And once your entire 4x4 is all lit up green, nice and like that, click right click, go down to build and then go to simple construction. In the list here you want to look for residential, and you've got all these houses. I like to go with the tiny shack just because it's plant fiber billets and boards. The plaster tiny shack requires clay. So tiny shack, click build, and then you're going to come with this option here. This will spin it. This will move it. And this will move the opposite direction like this. Now that that's all lit green and perfect, you want to click build. And that will drop a hut like that. Now you want to do is walk up to it, right click and go to build simple construction. This will open it up and tell you what you need to build. Now we need billets, boards and plant fibers. So I've already got stacks of plant fibers and that in here. We'll take them. Now we need a board and billet, so you'll go over to a nice big tree, preferably an oak tree. This is an oak tree, this big one, and go to cut down and click it. Also guys, always remember, uproot your stumps. So right click the stump and click uproot. I know it's a pain in the ass. Some servers have that really turned down low, so it could take you a good 3 to 4 seconds to uproot. But when you're building a base and you end up with, you know, stumps everywhere all around the outside of your base, one, they don't look good, but two, they also create latency issues only around you, which only you will feel because of the frames per second and stuff like that, trying to load in all these stumps. So it's best to get rid of them. Now from here, you've got your log now. Right click the log and go to saw out boards. We need 5 of these. 4 and 5. Stop, put them in there by shift control clicking. Now we want to go to billets. We need 15 billets. $18, $19, $20, stop that, put those billets in there. Now you've got all your ingredients. That's good. Click build. Now you've got your first house. Now, just because you've got a house doesn't mean it belongs to you. Right click it and click claim as your home. Now that is successfully your home. From here, anywhere out in the world, if you get stuck, lost or whatever and you want to head back to your home, this little 8 there, pray for homecoming. Now I normally play around with this and switch it out and put other things in there and stuff like that, but the default would be this little logo here. Not sure where it will appear on your bag. Print that and you'll appear back on your home. If you go to create a camp, here you can create a sleeping bag. Requires some branches and plant fiber to do that. So we'll grab a couple branches. I've already got 1, that's 3, it takes 4, so 4 branches, 4 plant fiber. Open it up, plant fiber and branches in, and click build. You've got a little bed. To go into first person so you can see, press C. In here you want to look at the ground, right click and then click drop object and then turn it or flip it, whatever you want to do to it. I like mine basically there, and then I'll move it back a little bit and press place, and there's a sleeping bag. Now as you recall, when I first pressed number 8 just before, I teleported and I landed on the roof. If I press it now, I'll spawn on the sleeping bag inside the hut. Now this is still vulnerable to attackers because it's not protected by claim. They can run up to it and burn it down with torches and stuff like that. So what we want to do is build a monument now. Now before we build a monument, we need to create a guild. So go to your social tab. In here you want to create guild. Create the guild. Put in a tag, guild name, and create guild, and now you've got a guild. From here you can then find a nice little spot somewhere. As you can see, I've already flattened out one just here. On the ground, right click, you want to go down to build, cross to monument. Now this option won't show up unless you're the owner of a guild. So click the monument. This is a monument here. Click build. And this will bring up this. Now from here, click on build the monument. Inside you've got your little ingredients that you need to obtain. Hardwood billets, bones, shaped rock and positive preparation. Hardwood billets, as you know, you get from logs. Bones you'll get from hunting animals with slingshot, crossbows, melee weapons. As early start in the game, it will be slingshot and slingshot ammo, which you can get by right clicking on the ground and go to look for materials, which we did before, and these little blobs here is sling ammo. You'll get your ammo, some plant fiber, and a branch or 2. Nothing left. There's a branch right there. I'll grab that. From there, right click the branch, go to your primitive tool list and go down to sling, and it needs 1 and 10, so we'll get a little bit more plant fiber. 1, sling, craft, and there you have a sling and ammunition. You just equip the sling again by grabbing it and dragging it into a slot, any slot, and you grab the sling ammo and drag it to the opposite slot, and then once it's in there, the sling will show up here, number 1 or number 2. You want to press R to enter or exit combat, and then you'll just draw your sling. It will take you into first person with a crosshair. You'll line up holding down the left mouse key. That will wind up the sling, and then you release and shoot your target. Once it's dead, you want to have a skinning knife on you or just a normal primitive knife. You'll go up to the animal, right click it and click skin the animal. That's how you get your bones. shaped rock, you want to have a pickaxe, just like this one. You put your pickaxe on, you'll go to a rock face somewhere, wherever there's a rock face. You'll click on the rock, right click, and go dig tunnel downwards or forward until you get 100 stone. Once you've got 100 stone in your inventory, open up your power slot, look at your pick, right click your pick, and go to shape stone. That will open up, and you'll click on shape stone. You'll have 100 out of 20. Click craft, and it will craft 5 shape stone for you. Now, the most boring part of this job is the positive preparations. Now, positive preparations can be any kind of preparation herb, as long as it's a positive effect and not a negative effect. So anything that increases intellect, strength, constitution, willpower, speed, aiming, anything like that, any of the positives, preparations, you can use them on here. We need 40 of them. Now, I'm in GM mode, so we're just going to go ahead and add these items in as we need them. And no, adding these items in can't be done unless you're in GM mode or have access to GM. So now we've got our billets. These are the positive preparations. So it's giving me swift limbs. We add them, add our bones and our shaped rock. Now we've got 20, 100, 5 and 40. So we click the build, and build. So now we have a monument. All is good, but guess what? By 12 hours later, your monument will vanish. What you have to do is manage it. In here, you've only got 1,000 claim points. The guild monument maintenance is 628 per day. This guild monument maintenance points goes up with the bigger that the monument grows and the more buildings you have on your claim, which means more points will be needed to maintain it. With each level, so level 2 monument, level 3, level 4, the claim point support points go up even higher as well. For this tier 1, we'll have a max of 100,000, tier 2 max of 300,000, tier 3 max 700,000, and a tier 4 monument you get 1,000,000 points, which is good. Best way to do this is a gold coin, though you won't get your hands on a gold coin until later in the game, if the server has them. So gold coin, just say it's some kind of other item, a branch or something like that. You'll grab the item, drag it into this box here, and click the sacrifice. Watch the claim points, goes to 100,000. So I've got 100,000 points, but it'll only use 628 for the day. That's in-game day, by the way. Now, best items that I find best to feed the monument is a staff. So we go to create furniture, all the way down to the bottom. You want to do a workbench. Now, as you're getting up a bit further into the game, you'll find out how to build forge and anvils, furnaces, kilns and stuff like that. Once you've got all those bases, you'll then build a workbench, which needs the nails. The rest is plant fiber and boards. So to make simple rope, it's your plant fiber. Just right click your plant fiber and click craft, and you've got cloth and rope here, and then you forge your rope. Now I'm just going to go ahead and instant build that while in GM mode. Now, in the workbench here, click workbench, and then through here, normally it takes 1 hardwood board. I normally make about 15 of these, so get 15 hardwood boards, come to your workbench, click craft, and craft 15 of these, and then run over to your monument, manage monument, and you'll drag the 15 staffs into here, click the sacrifice, and that will give you enough support points. Alright. Now you've got your heart, you've got your monument, you're good to go. Everything else, F3 to see the grid, Control F4 to see your boundary, Green boundary is your boundary, which is good. Red boundary means enemy, or don't go in the red area. You can run around and just press F4, which turns it on and off. But if you want it on like this, you have to press Alt Control F4 to turn it on. Alright guys, happy building.